Hey guys, listen, if you've been following the page, I posted a little article yesterday from Hemmings Motor News about the cost of doing paint and body work, the amount of time it takes, and things of that nature. It's a really good read. I hope you guys take the time to look at it. But we get a lot of questions about how long it takes, what it costs, why is it so expensive, and I thought I'd just kind of hit on it a little bit, just touches. But I'd really like to see you guys read that article. It's pretty good. But we have a lot of people on here. Actually, let's just look at Frank's car here, for example. A lot of you guys are from some of the other Nova pages that actually came on here, and you post quite a bit of stuff too, and I appreciate that. But you asked me a lot of questions about, how long is it going to take to get that car done? What's it cost to do something like that, and so on. And now I can't talk about a specific customer's cost, but what I can tell you is the amount of work involved in doing a good paint and body job versus a excellent paint and body job is mind-boggling. For example, to make a car flawlessly straight, you're going to block this car from one end to the other. And I mean, we do it by hand. These aren't machines, We spend countless hours pushing a longboard down the side of a car. These cars are mudded right over the seams, and they are blocked straight through that seam. So the transition from door to quarter is perfectly flat. The transition from door to fender is flat, fender to hood, and so on. It takes an unimaginable amount of time to go through and make that straight. When you're at these car shows and you look down the side of them, you see the difference between a car that has a few little ripples and a car that you look down the side and it is so flat and so straight you can't even see the door gaps. That's the difference between a high quality paint job and an average paint job. But it's also the difference between winning and losing at that car show. It's also the difference in the quality when it's finished when you go to resell it. So yes, it is expensive, but there's a reason why it's expensive. There's a tremendous amount of time put into these cars to make them look that way. Materials. There are cheap materials. There are high quality materials. Now, you look at some of these materials and you say, wow, that's just crazy expensive. I can't afford that. But can you afford to redo that car in 2 years? So spend a little extra for the high quality material so that paint job lasts you 10 years down the road. I have paint jobs out there right now, 10, 15 years old, that look as good as the day I did them. It's because we don't cut corners. We use nothing but high quality materials. We take our time. We make sure everything is done correctly. So, yeah, it is expensive. I wholeheartedly agree with you. Unfortunately, there's some of the things that are completely out of my control, which is material costs. But the time involved, my hands are pushing that block all day long for sometimes weeks at a time. So there is a lot of work involved in these things, and to get them to show quality, it takes time. Time is money. Now, most shops, you're going to find the average labor rate, at least here in the States, some of you guys from other places can tell us, puts a little post in the bottom, but the average labor rate is about $75 to $150 an hour. Here in Florida, where we're at, the average shop is between $75 and $100 an hour. We are currently at $50 an hour. I keep it as low as I possibly can because I do understand this is not just my job, it's my passion. I love doing this, and I like helping people get along, to where they can do this too. So we try and keep our labor rate a little lower. Our overhead isn't as high. But at $75 or $150 an hour, it adds up pretty fast. So, the cost of doing these cars to make them right, it's all in quality. So I hope that kind of helps you understand, but take the time and read that article. It's a really good read. It was put out by Hemmings Motor News, but it's in the page there. And I just posted it yesterday, so it should be pretty easy to find. So take a minute and read that one over. Have a good day.